Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Got a pet? I could almost guarantee that you've been through this with your pet at some point or another. And sometimes we don't know how to deal with that. What am I talking about? Separation anxiety. When you leave the house and you come home and there's maybe presents left for you from your dog or cat, or they treat you a certain way when you've left them alone. We're going to dig into that today and how to help our animals, how to deal with that. How does she know how to do that? Because she has spoken to the animals. And I know that sounds kind of woo-woo, but I've witnessed it. I've seen it. And yeah, she can really do it. She has the ability to communicate. She is Ani, Animal Intuitive, and she's back with us today. Hi, Ani. How are you doing?
Great. I'm great, guys. Hi.
So good to have you back. I'm glad we're going to dig into this topic. Before we do, though, I want to tell everybody you have a holiday special going on. It's a 45-minute session for $37 off, which is a great deal. And I know you have a passion for helping people, and especially around the holidays, things can get a little more challenging when it comes to your pets and people in general. So if you want to grab the deal, go to Ani, A-N-I, Ani, animalintuitive.com. You'll find a green banner at the top of the page, only for a limited time, by the way, i.e. holiday special, right? So book it now and get that 45-minute session for $37 off at Ani, animalintuitive.com. All right. Separation anxiety. I do believe I've experienced it before with my pets, but how do you know, Ani, how do you know if your pet is having trouble?
Well, okay. If it is, let's say, if they're whining, they're pacing, there could be excessive meowing if it's your dog, howling. Your bird can even have it, that they're flying around, in other words, that you see a lot of anxiety during the time they already are aware of your routine of when you're going to leave. And they act differently. You'll see their nervous behavior already, digging. Well, when you get back, there might be destruction of furniture. There could be they could have urinated on the carpet. They could have defecated on the carpet, things like that. Not to mention, this also happens with horses.
Also horses?
Yes, it can happen with horses. And so you will notice that they're nervous, that you're leaving. So things like that. And it happens too other times. And I want to get into that too, when it can happen.
It's hard to believe such a, huge, majestic animal like a horse would have separation anxiety, but I guess it's a real thing. But I always wonder if it's a cat, it's a dog, you're with them a lot. When it comes to a horse, they're out in the barn. So how do they know that you're not around? How do they figure out, oh, it's been 2 days, I haven't seen my person?
Well, see, what happens with them is that they see you, and then now they're anxious because they realize you're going. When are you going to come back? Kind of energy. Mm. Okay, so that's what, when are you going to come back? How long is it going to be until you come back? If that is like, if you don't have a usual routine with your horse, right? But if you're seeing your horse every day and it's the same routine, then that can help too.
Gotcha. Okay. So are there animals that are more prone to have separation anxiety? Is it a dog? Is it a cat?
It's a dog, actually.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, now speaking scientifically, I have had, and it's actually been proven to the decades that I've been, communicating with animals. A lot of the animals that come forward that are like complaining, in other words, about it, right? Why? I don't understand. I'm so nervous. Why? Is more the dog. Now, yes, I have spoken to cats, horses, birds, and pigs that all of them have had separation anxiety, but it's not as common.
Why do some animals get it and others do not?
So, some animals do get it because, let's say, if they were abandoned at the shelter and now you've just recently adopted them, um, if they've had numerous situations that they've been rehomed, okay, um, that's one scenario. Another one is, let's say there's an abrupt change in their schedule or their routine. So you've been working from home for a while now, and now come Monday, automatically it's 8 hours that you're back in the office. That's that that can really create some separation anxiety. Now it does depend on the personality of the animal, how well they handle it, and now then also change of routine could be that you are giving a lot more time and attention because maybe you have a new baby, but that can happen too. Now, is that separation anxiety? No, because you're still home, but they kind of feel that there's something different there, right? So that it's not in the same category of separation anxiety. I realize that, but that is also creating anxiety with your animal, with your pet. Um, so that's one thing. Those are two main reasons. So abandonment, major changes, abrupt changes in their schedule.
I could see that. Yeah, because they're, creatures of habit. My dog, he sleeps the same time every day, eats the same time every day. They knew the routine. You walk in the door, okay, get the leash. It's almost like he's saying, get the leash, take me out, let's go. Like he knows. So yeah, disrupting that schedule, I could see that creating havoc for an animal that's so used to a routine schedule.
Correct. Right. And so it's just important too. I know, again, I've said this numerous times, but it is very important. They do listen. You do need to talk to them. You need to say, I'm going to go back to work, and it's going to be more hours of you by yourself. I know that this is going to be a change for you. I love you. They need to know that. Or if you know that you've had a routine with your horse, I know you're going on vacation. That's another thing. Going on vacation can also cause separation anxiety, that the animal is either left with a pet sitter, that they're coming to your home, right? Or the caregiver that's going to the barn, that they've seen you every day. Again, change of routine. That also creates, and especially if they have never seen the person, it's very important that they get some type of rapport with this caregiver that's going to be with them now. Even if they're just coming to feed them for a half an hour or take them for a walk, before you go on this 2-week trip, it's important that they have some type of bond already going with this person, even if it's just they stayed with the person came to visit in your house, or they're going to stay at that person's house for 30 minutes. So they get to kind of know them a little bit. And then you want to stretch it out even more.
You've communicated with many animals, and I'm sure this has been a topic that's come up when you've talked to them or communicated. What do they say to you? Like, what kind of feedback do you get?
Okay, so I feel confused. Am I being punished? I feel anxious and upset about the situation, about this change, or about the fact that I don't know. Let's say they were just newly rescued and they're in the home. There's separation anxiety because I don't know how long you're going to be gone. Are you going to abandon me altogether? There's a lot of that too. Oh, and also animals that have had a lot of let's say they have an illness and they've had maybe a couple of, I'll get to that in a minute. Let's say illness, that can happen too. They can actually have separation anxiety because of long-term illness.
Wow. So you're saying that, let's say they have a chronic illness and that could bring on the separation anxiety?
Because you've left them, let's say, at the vet a long time. Now you've had to pick them up. They've come back home. They have separation anxiety because they're at the vet clinic for a long period of time. So that's created separation anxiety. Now, when they come home, that might stop. It might not. It depends what that abandonment looks like for them. Are they experiencing abandonment at all? I don't know. That's why when I communicate with them, I get more of the story as to what did happen. Why are you feeling this way? Why are you acting this way?
Wow. Do they tell you what they want? Is it as clear as, yeah, I want my person back. I want them to give me more attention. What do they say that they want?
Okay. So for instance, I had one cat that I was speaking to, and this was the cat her name was Ginger. And she was sick numerous times. And so what they wanted was, they were saying, I don't want to be left at the vet for these procedures anymore. I want to stay at my house. I want to feel secure. I want to feel, again, there wasn't security and stability. It was like, okay, well, I have to go to the vet for these procedures. I have to stay there. Now, mom or dad picks me up, and I don't know when again they're going to leave me. So there's this horrible separation anxiety. So yes, they do share that they want to be home. They want to be left alone, right? And they want to feel secure again. That was one scenario. Another one that was shared with me was this dog, that it was a change in the routine. And it was because the person was working part-time, just a couple of hours, like 4 hours a week. And now they had to go back to full-time because this person did get a divorce. And they didn't understand. They thought they were being punished. The dog thought that this dog, Riley, thought that it was being punished.
I never thought of it in that way, that they think that they're being punished because their person is not there as expected. Wow.
Right. And it's with so many hours, Riley didn't have another companion. That's another thing too. They feel some animals do better with an animal companion and some animals don't want it. I
could see that. Coming from somebody who's about to adopt another kitten, like I wonder what they're thinking. You know what? We have a great question based on separation anxiety. Going to take a very short break and come back with that. You can reach out to us, instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com, or if you want to reach out to Ani and have her communicate with your animals for whatever reason. There's so many different ones. It's Ani, animalintuitive.com. And we are coming right back. Hang tight.
Hi, I'm Randy, and this is Dave.
We're the founders of Bombas, the most comfortable socks in the history of feet.
So comfortable, we sold and donated millions of pairs.
To sell and donate a lot of socks, we became obsessed with comfort.
We reinvented the sock from the ground up, adding comfort innovations along the way.
It worked. People tried them, loved them, told their friends about them,
helping us sell and donate millions of pairs.
Try them now at bombas.com/comfy and get 20% off your first order. That's BOMBAS.com/comfy.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Ani, Animal Intuitive, experienced in bridging the communication between you and your animal friend, providing energy therapy for your animals who are ill or traumatized. Go to AniAnimalIntuitive.com. That's ANI animalintuitive.com.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Yeah, so we're back talking about separation anxiety with your pets. And Ani is an animal communicator. She's here. She's spoken to pets. She knows what they're thinking. She knows what they want. You can find her at Ani, A-N-I, animalintuitive.com. We've got Lisa checking in from Phoenix, Arizona today. She says, I know my dog has separation anxiety. Do dogs get angry that we have to leave them behind? It's an interesting question, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say angry, but I would say what I've experienced is like hurt. Let's say, especially if it is a long vacation or a long trip, and it was like, well, wait a minute. I mean, you left me with these people. Like, yeah, I'm hurt.
So not true anger.
I wouldn't say anger. No. I mean, I've never had an animal tell me I'm angry with my person, like because I was left behind and I didn't get to go on a trip, or because you were working too many hours. Like I said, more confusion, more punish, like they feel like they're being punished, abandonment, feelings of abandonment coming up, but not so much anger. No, I would say no on that.
Okay. What about dealing with this? What do you do to manage it? Obviously, if it's a situation where you got to go to work, some things you can't avoid, but how do you best manage it?
Okay. So if it is a mild situation, okay, and you realize it's mild, okay, fine. What you can do is you can give them a special treat that's like a puzzle or a toy only when you're going to step out of the house for a period of time. And they only get it while you're gone. So you could have like frozen peanut butter or whatever inside this toy. And then there's also puzzle toys that are specifically for keeping them entertained. You can always make sure that when you are coming and going, you don't make a big deal out of it. You're not like, bye, I'm going to be back soon. None of that. Just like, don't say anything. Just kind of like walk out of the door quietly. When you come back in, be as calm as possible too. And even if you notice that they're really worked up, I know this sounds crazy, but ignore them. And it actually helps the situation too, to calm down.
Oh, good one. Didn't think of that, because now you're calling attention and you feel guilty that you've been, let's say, gone all day. So then you walk in, oh, how are you, baby? Would you come over here? So you're just amping it up. So that's an interesting thought.
Right. And also the other two things are, please make sure that you are leaving items of clothing around that do have your scent on it already. That keeps them calmer. And you can try different types of calming supplements, such as CBD. There's also homeopathic mixes that you can even put like in your bird's water, or, you can also give homeopathics to let's say your horse, if you notice your horse is going to be all worked up, and also CBD. These things can work.
I've heard a lot about CBD for pets, and it really comes down to their size and the dosage. So you want to check on that.
And quality.
Yeah.
Quality.
You beat me to it. I was going to say the same exact thing. Do not go to the gas station and buy CBD. It's just, you're probably not going to get the good stuff. And not that, things will go wrong, but you're not going to see the results because it's just not, it's not good stuff. Just about out of time. I want to double check here. Yeah, we actually have a couple of more minutes left.
Okay.
Any other thoughts on separation anxiety that you want to share?
Yes, I did want to share. So if it's serious, very, very important. If you have a serious situation, you want to really stretch out the period of time that you're leaving. It might be that it takes you 45 minutes to leave your house. You slowly put your shoes on, then you sit down, and then, you brush your teeth, then you chill a little bit. You're stretching it out so they're not really aware of like a pattern that you're leaving, right? And when you do leave, you don't, again, make it really not a big deal. Also, you can, the best thing to do is start this gradually. So you leave the house for 5 minutes, you come back, then 10 minutes, 15. If you're going to, literally stretch it out so it takes a long period of time. If you have a serious separation anxiety situation, they're destroying your house. That is a serious separation anxiety issue. So yes, there are many things you can do. You can also do EFT surrogate tapping, which I've talked about before too. And I have a video on my YouTube channel, Ani Animal Intuitive, to show you how to do that for your animals. So definitely there, and leave the television on. You can leave also very soothing music, low key for them, things like that.
I always wondered if that really made a difference, just to have that background noise going on there, but apparently it does.
It does, because think about it, it's a little distracting, right? It's not so quiet in the home. So yes. And also, if you want to know what they're thinking and feeling and your particular situation, I'm happy to communicate with your babies for you, with your animals.
All you need is their name and a picture of the pet, and you can do your thing. I've witnessed it. You do it. It's amazing. It's super cool. And with that said, holiday special you got going on, 45-minute session, $37 off. And to get that deal, just go to the website, click the banner at the top of the page. Limited time. As we said, it's a holiday special. So book it now. Or, hey, by the way, even a gift certificate. Let's say you've got somebody, in your life that has a pet, and you want to give them some connection, maybe even some closure, depending on the situation. Just go to the website, Ani, A-N-I, animalintuitive.com. Ani, this is one of those topics that needed to get talked about because it's such a common situation for so many people with pets.
It really is. It really is. That's why I was like, you know what? I want to talk about this today.
Yeah. And social media, you just mentioned that you do videos, you have a YouTube channel and more.
Yes.
Probably the best thing is go to the website and you can find the links for all of that, right?
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, I'm all there.
Final thing I'm going to say for everybody is go to the website and learn. You always wonder, can she do this? What about this situation? It's all there. And of course, if they want to ask a question, they can do it through the website. But you have so much content on your website, and not just for communicating with pets, just being a pet owner or a pet person in general. Some great information there as well. Ani, always great having you on here.
Thank you. All right. Have a great, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving. We'll catch up next time, okay?
All right. Okay, bye-bye.
Ani, A-N-I, animalintuitive.com. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Okay, Simon, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. And what do people normally wear?
Clothes.
Exactly. So now Mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Clothes keep us warm, they look good, and if we go out without them, the neighbors will talk. So it's important to know how to get dressed. Here's how it's done. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. If you're wearing a tie, it goes over, round, round, through, and pull tight. Tuck your shirt into your pants and zip up your fly. Socks going first, then shoes right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops. The rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears.
I love bunnies.
Good to know. Now remember, spots don't go with stripes, socks don't go with sandals, and if you've tucked in your shirt, wear a belt. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.